そはね目に見えないけどその愛あるなら全てさらけ出して愛してると胸に刻み込んで捧げればあれもこれもそれもどれもできない足りないでも全部欲しいってわがままも聞いてひざまずいて Listen to me and my boy Hold on hold on hold on hold on 抱きしめるだけじゃ満たされない Excuse 愛してほしいなら You make me crazy
Hi everybody, thank you for watching. This is part 2 of Learn to Play Choose Me by BAND-MAID, and this is the rhythm guitar. Okay, so if you're learning guitar and you're using these videos as the method to learn and develop, then please watch video 1 before you watch this video, because in video 1 I've showed you some fundamentals that you're really going to need to be using today. Now in video 1 we looked at tuning our guitar down to drop D. So remember, to do that, all we need to do is take this top E string and tune it down to D. So make sure your top E string, that. And once you've got that, then we're ready to proceed with the lesson. So what else did we look at in video 1? Well, we looked at the A-shaped power chord and we looked at the single finger shaped power chord. So today I'm going to show you one new shape and I'm going to teach you a new technique called palm muting. Now, just to point out before this video continues that the way that I've got my sound equipment set up means that I'm using my phone to record my voice and it's quite close to my guitar. So the strings seem to come through quite loudly, I noticed in the last video. That wouldn't be normal when we're playing, it's just an effect of having my phone next to the microphone. Please remember that when you are playing, to be gentle with your strings. You don't need to thrash at them. Okay guys, but it might sound a bit like I'm doing that just with the proximity between the microphone and my guitar. Right, so we had our A-shaped power chord and we had the single finger. So once you feel comfortable in those two shapes and you're able to play them and you're able to slide up and down the neck changing the chord and you're able to play the chorus to Choose Me, you're ready for this next bit. So I did say that today we're going to look at a new technique, didn't I? So let's look at that first, because that's going to be really important, because it makes up the start of the intro. So palm muting is an effect that we use on guitar that's used in rock music, heavy metal, punk, things like that, which gives us that nice chunky ticka 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 sound. Okay, so a normal chord would be, but a palm muted chord sounds like, so it dulls the strings and you get that donkey effect, and that's a really important skill to learn to play on guitar, especially if rock music and metal and things like that are what you're wanting to do. So in the last video I did suggest a practice routine which involved practicing when you're not practicing. Okay, so that's another great thing that you can practice when you're not practicing. You're watching TV, you're chilling out, it's maybe late at night and you can't plug in the guitar, just pick up your guitar and just practice palm muting. And if you do that for long enough, when it comes time to actually plug in your guitar in and trying to learn songs and practice, you're going to find a lot easier, because a lot of the work's already been done when you weren't actually practicing. So that's palm muting. There's other methods of palm muting. We can palm mute with this hand on these strings as well. And there's a lot of videos that you can watch on YouTube that will go into a lot more detail about palm muting. I will put a diagram up on the screen for you to see, so you should be able to see the exact position of where your hand should be for doing that. But all we're doing is laying this bit of our hand, the back of our hand here, across the strings. Now, when we're doing our strumming for the palm muting for this song, it's all downstroke, which makes it a lot easier. So the intro goes. So let's learn to play that. So what we're doing, I want you to do is that A-shaped power chord in the first fret, And all I want you to do is apply the palm muting that I've just showed you and just strum down. Then what it does is it's going to slide to fret 4, but we're just going to keep our finger on that A string and just using our second finger place it on the D string. Now try not to bend down on that D string. I found that was something that I did a lot at the start, and what happens is you're not then actually playing a D flat, you're changing the note by bending the string. So just keep it light. And then it's going to slide to fret 5 with that A-shaped power chord. So that's the part 1 of the intro. The intro is actually in 2 parts. So A sharp, D flat, D flat, A sharp, D flat, and then finish on our D. So concentrate on getting that bit right and making it sound good. Okay, remember all downstrokes, palm muted, and just make sure that you're not bending down on that D string. And once you've got that bit and you're happy with it, then you're happy then you're ready to continue on with the rest of this lesson. So once you're happy that you've got that bit and you feel comfortable enough playing it, you're ready to progress on to the next part of the intro. So the next part of the intro, we're not doing any palm muting, but we are going to use all 3 chord shapes that we have learned up to now. Okay, so the next bit goes like this. Okay, it goes. So what am I doing there and how do we do that? So we're just playing normal strumming, not doing any palm muting. Okay, we're playing open D to start with. Then what we're going to do is we're going to make that single finger bar chord shape, but on the 2nd fret for 2 beats, and then slide to the 3rds. I always give it a flick up when I'm changing. So the next bit there that you've seen me do was the same as I did between the 2nd and 3rd, but I just do it on the 3rd. Just do that 1 and slide to the 5th and continue. So it goes. So what did I do there? Single on the 7th fret and then back to a sharp. So it goes. And it finishes with that new 2-finger chord I just showed you there, your D flat, and then it finishes on the open D. So let's play that slowly together from the top. Okay, so open D, 2nd, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7, A sharp, D flat, open to finish. Okay, so that is the intro. So let's play the entire intro from the start with the palm muting and then that bit there. Okay, and you can play along with me. Okay, so from the top, 3, 2, and 1. That's the intro there in its entirety. And if you're a little bit lost and you're still trying to figure out what I was doing there, just watch it back a couple of times and play with it, and hopefully you're able to follow along with that. Once you feel comfortable that you've got that bit right, then we're ready to go on to what I think is one of the best bits of the song to play along with, which is the verse. So the verse is a lot of fun to play along with. So it's a lot of palm muting. It's all palm muting. And well, I'll play it. Okay, so the verse goes like this. So, if you've been following everything so far correctly, you'll probably have realised there that everything I did there we've already covered up to this point. Okay, it's following the same chords that we've already used, and we're using our palm muting, and it's not very difficult to play, but it's important that you get it to sound right. So practice it, and practice it a lot, okay? Because then you can carry that over and use it to play in all kinds of rock and heavy metal music as well. This is what I was on about in video 1, that by using Miku's approach to learning the guitar, we can apply that then to all other songs that we want to play. So I'll show you now how to play that then, okay? So what you want to do is you want to palm mute, okay? Open D, so nothing with our fret hand. And then we're going to the 3rd fret, and then the 5th fret, and then our A sharp, D flat, and then back to open D, just like that. 3rd fret, 5th fret, A sharp, and then open D to finish. So an interesting thing is that Miku and Konami actually play very similar to that part of the verse. But the verse goes round twice, and Konami does a lot of lead stuff in the second part of the verse. But for the first part, they both do the same thing, with one exception, and this might actually be an easier way of playing that progression for you. Okay, because what Konami does is she does this. So did you see the difference there? She did not play the A sharp. She didn't change her finger position. All she did was she went to the 8th fret instead, because that's the same. They're the same chord, okay? Just two different ways of playing the same chord, and that's the beauty of power chords, okay? So you might find it easier to use that way, but I would recommend doing it the way Miku does it, because that's going to help you develop changing between different chord shapes, okay? So, and what I like to do sometimes when I'm playing along, if I'm playing the Miku version, is I will sit and alternate between the two, because the verse goes round twice, so I would normally do it. But if you are finding it just a little bit difficult, especially keeping it without breaking the strumming, going down to that A, you can get away with just playing on the 8th fret. It's not going to sound any different. So that is the intro and the verse, really. So I hope that was easy enough for you to follow. Now I did have at the start me playing that whole thing with the music, and I'll put it on at the end so you can play along with it too, okay? But I'm not a guitar teacher, and I'm not a master at guitar. So if there's anything that you haven't quite understood, or if there's anything you think I could explain better, then that's what the comment section for. So just let me know. So there's the next bit that you need to practice. And by the time you finish this video, you'll be able to play a good chunk of the song by now on rhythm guitar. And you'll be ready for video 3, because in video 3 we're going to look at something that's a little bit trickier than what we've looked at so far, but it's just a small section of the song, and it will bridge a lot of it together, okay? So thank you for watching, and at the end of this, as I say, there will be a playthrough for you to follow. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next lesson.
I just wanna make it be a 見えないけどそれ愛あるなら全てさらけ出して愛してると胸に刻み込んで捧げれば